Question 14. The satellite photograph shows an area in Alaska after a fire occurred. So we can see this is a satellite image. They're a little hard to figure out. You just give yourself some time and kind of take a look at it. When we see they're pointing out this darkened area, that's the area of the fire. And we see that this little line on the satellite, it must be the river because they've pointed that out. Okay, so let's see what they want to know. It says, which statement best describes the most likely effect the fire had on the river in the 12 months after it occurred? So we want to know the effect of the fire on the river. Okay, after the fire. All right, so let's think about that. So if everything burned to the ground, there were probably no more trees or any grasses keeping soil in place. So probably every time the wind blew, the soil's being moved, probably adding some sediments into the water, things of that nature. So let's see what we can figure out or try and eliminate and then move on. Okay, F, the amount of vegetation increased and less sediment flowed into the river because the fire produced ash that mixed with the soil. Well, the amount of vegetation didn't initially, it will increase because of succession eventually, right? And ash is a good nutrient, but it won't happen right within the first 12 months. We have those primary pioneer species that come in first, so this is very unlikely. It says less sediment flowed into the river because the fire heated up the soil and made it drier. Well, if the fire killed all the plants, then they definitely has loose soil and sediments will flow into the river, so that's highly unlikely. More sediment flowed into the river because the fire disrupted animal habitats and caused animals to leave the area. Well, unfortunately, the animals have nothing to do with keeping the soil in place. That's the producers, the plants keep the soil in place. So we can't give them credit for that. And last but not least, more sediment flowed into the river because the fire destroyed most of the vegetation holding the sediments in place. And that sounds like the best answer choice for this problem.